Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you so much, Racha, to give us to tell you what is the definition of debate and the rule of debate. But before we continue the lecture, we would like to introduce our group. My name is Rinut Maninda and my name is Selvi. My name is Desha Nuriati. My name is Asmawati.
My name is Muhammad Sagar Sharifudin.
And we are from E class. Thank you. Well. Now, Hikmah Musawir will explain what is the general definition of debate.
Well, I will explain about the general definition of debate. Broadly defined, a debate is a discussion involving opposing claims and argument, also known in classical rhetoric as contention. More specifically, a debate is a regulated contest in which two opposing sides defend and attack a proposition. Parliamentary debate is an academic event held at many schools, colleges, and universities.
Well, I would like to explain about rules of debate, especially ASEAN parliamentary. The first one is the definition of ASEAN parliamentary. ASEAN parliamentary is one of rules of debates. In the ASEAN parliamentary format, there are two teams of 3 speakers each. The team that supports the topic is called the government, and the team that opposes the topic is called the opposition. The second one, I will talk about the ASEAN format and explain teams and order of speakers, timing, points of information, and reply speeches. Rules of speakers in the ASEAN parliamentary format. As we know that there are two groups of ASEAN parliamentary format. The first is government and the second is opposition. The first speaker from the government, we could say is Prime Minister, where Prime Minister have 3 responsibilities. The first is define and set up the debates. The second one is present position and case. The third one is make 1 or 2 arguments. Same with the government, the first speaker of opposition we could say is leader of opposition or ILO. ILO have 4 responsibilities. The first is respond to definition and setup. The second is present position and case. The third is rebut government case. And the fourth is make 1 or 2 arguments. After that, we continue to the second speaker for each group. The second speaker from the government, we could say Deputy Prime Minister or DPM. They have 3 responsibilities. The first is defend your case. The second, attack LO's case. The third, make 1 or 2 arguments. And then, the second speaker from the opposition group, we could say Deputy Leader of Opposition or DLO. They have 3 responsibilities. The first, defend your case. The second, attack DPM and PM's case. The third, make 1 or 2 arguments. Then we continue to the third speaker. The third speaker of government group, you could say government whip. or GW. They have three responsibilities. The first, briefly summarize your team's case. The second, summarize and prioritize the main issues in the debate. The third, rebut and analyze main issues. The third speaker from the opposition group, you could say opposition whip or OW. They have three responsibilities. The first, briefly summarize your team's case. The second, summarize and prioritize the main issues in the debate. The third, rebut and analyze main issues. But something that we have to know, government whip have to be sure to respond to new arguments delivered by DLO. You can do this separately as part 3 or include them in your summary of main issues. And something that we have to know for opposition whip or OW, remember, you cannot bring new arguments into the debate. You can respond to the GW speaker if you choose to. The last speaker is government reply. Government reply have three responsibilities. The first is briefly summarize the debate, summarize the position of your team and your opponent, and the third, compare and show why your team is better. And the last speaker from the opposition group is opposition reply or OA. They have three responsibilities. The first, briefly summarize the debate, summarize the position of your team and your opponent. The third, compare and show why your team is better. Okay.
The role each speaker plays in a debate round is summarized below. Prime Minister explains the background of the motion, sets a model, defines keywords in the motion, and brings up the most important arguments of OG. Leader of opposition gives rebuttal to the VM and brings up the arguments. ILO is the only speaker entitled to challenge the definition set up by the PM, thought highly discarded. Deputy Prime Minister are expected to rebut the previous speaker, bring forth other arguments of their team, and to strengthen their case. Member of government or member of opposition rebut and extend the debate to a wider range of issue and perspective. Extension can be done in two ways. First, contributing new arguments never mentioned during the upper house debate. The second is analyzing more deeply existing arguments by providing more explanation, more concrete reasons or missing like just reading. The government whip or opposition whip are to rebut, summarize, and more importantly, identify classes and make comparative analysis. New examples and analogies to support extensive argument are allowed for the OW, but it should be noted that OW is prohibited from bringing up new arguments since her or she is the last speaker in the debate round. The GY is highly discouraged from giving new arguments.
The role of debate America parliamentary. America parliamentary debate is supported by a number of organizations in the United States at the tertiary and secondary levels. The first, Prime Minister. The second, Leader of the Opposition Constructive. The third, Member of Government. 4. Member of the Opposition. 5. Leader of the Opposition Rebuttal. 6. Prime Minister Rebuttal.